Hey guys, it is Holy Basil back with another voiceover, and I have sped this workout up some because I know you guys sure get tired of watching me just do the same thing over and over again, but I think that this format will help, just being a little shorter. Just trying to stick to the basics, doing some hip thrusts, trying to grow these glutes. So as you can see, I am supersetting some grippers with some hip thrust. If you're going to superset, I recommend like Bald Omni-Man and Natural Hypertrophy say to superset things that don't affect each other. So this is obviously not affecting my hip thrust. To dive right in, what I want to talk to you about today, it's a topic that hits me pretty hard, and that's comparison being the thief of joy. I, as most of you already know, struggled more so with insecurity growing up than pride. Of course, I can be prideful sometimes, but as far as a physical aspect, I was the kid with the skinny arms, the love handles, and going to birthday parties where like there were a bunch of girls and everybody had their shirts off, the boys, of course. I always wanted to wear a shirt, or if I didn't wear a shirt, I felt super insecure, wanted to suck my little gut in. And I was jealous of the kids that had the abs or that were already developed. And of course, you can't really do much until you get to be a teenager for that. But man, I was not confident because of comparing myself to other people. I don't know if whoever's listening has found themselves comparing to other people, whether it is physicality, whether it is knowledge or intellect or skill. It doesn't matter. What is promised is that your joy will be taken, because the odds are is that somebody is stronger than you, better looking than you, smarter than you, etc. And then if there's not, then that's pride on your part. So because of all my insecurity and stemming from comparison to others, I got into working out when I was 16 or 17. And that just leads down this other rabbit hole of being even more insecure once you get to the gym because everybody else is bigger than you, and then the standards are raised. At least if you don't work out, nobody expects you to look that good. But then once you start working out, everybody's like, oh, you don't have abs. Oh, you don't have this. And you're like, hey, I'm not perfect. But you get in the gym, and then you see these guys that just are either hyper responders, like they just slab on muscle super easily. They either get really strong, and I'll put some pictures up of some guys that I compare myself to. And man, it's almost discouraging to see these people doing so well. And with Instagram and YouTube and all of these sources where we're constantly bombarded with these genetic freaks, whether they're on steroids or not, it doesn't matter. But these guys that are close to your age or have even been training less than you, man, it makes you really feel bad. And I think it's so important to reflect back on where you started from, whether you were super obese or had a dad bod or were super skinny. As long as you made progress, that's the most important thing, man. Who cares about other people? And if people put you down, so be it. And that's not an excuse to try less or to say, oh, I'm perfect the way I am, because you're not. And in our gym culture, we want to get better. We want to get stronger. We want to be bigger. We want to look better. And that's okay. Contentment is another matter for another day. But it's okay to want more. Now, what does Scripture say about this? Well, Galatians 6:4 reads, but each person should examine himself alone, and then he will have a reason for boasting in himself alone and not in respect to someone else. Corinthians 12 talks about several different aspects of us all having different spiritual gifts. And that could be compared to your strength or endurance or muscular size. Now we can develop those things, but we might not have that predisposition just to excel. It also talks about comparing the body of Christ to a real body with different body parts, such as eyes and ears. And each body part is valuable to the body, and we find that out when we lose certain parts of that body. So my encouragement to you today, if you're listening and you find yourself comparing yourself to the people on Instagram or YouTube or whatever it might be to their physiques, just take a moment and acknowledge how far you've come and be thankful. Peace.